It's been 224 days since I last posted, and hopefully, what I shared today, many of you guys can relate to. So, let's start from the beginning on why it's been 224 days and really why I even started making YouTube videos. So, about a year and a half ago, I decided to step away from a very high paying executive role with no plan at all. And that story begins about 10 years ago. I was diagnosed with cancer twice. In fact, I was given 60 days to live, which you can imagine changes a lot on what you do and what you live for and what's really important to you in life. And at the time, I was living in California and, I had a big house that I was renting. It wasn't that big, but big for what it was. It was paying an obscene amount of money in just basically rent and the cost of living being about 30 minutes outside of San Francisco. So didn't own a home. I had $2,700 in car payments because I had more cars than people driving it. And when I was given 60 days to live, I thought to myself, like, what am I leaving my wife with? Like, it's time to grow up. Like, and maybe some of you can relate if you're in your 40s and stuff and it feels like maybe you're doing well, but you feel like you're not doing well. That's kind of how I was living. So here I was, potential death facing, and my wife was left with a mountain of debt. And that just, man, I can't even describe the feeling that had. Just, you feel like like a goddamn loser. Like, that's how I felt. Like, how the hell did I do this? And we decided to move back home to rural Pennsylvania. I'm originally from New Jersey, but we like Pennsylvania because you could afford it. And I bought a house way below my means. Like, I bought a house for 300 grand when I was approved for like $1.1 million. And my goal was just to pay off my house as quick as possible and get out of debt and set up my future. And it really consumed a lot of what I was doing for about 10 years. A lot of not going on vacation, a lot of just sacrificing, right? Like, not going out to eat because I deserve it, or not driving nice cars or fancy clothes or whatever. Like, I was just so consumed with setting myself up financially so that if I wasn't here, my wife wouldn't have to worry anymore. Like, that was my goal. I wanted her to have a house. Everything else was secondary. And I became miserable at the job I was working. I felt like I wasn't doing what I intended to do. I loved working with people and sales, and it was like, in meetings you just don't even care about, like, sucking the life out of you. And it got to the point where I was drinking a lot, like traveling with alcohol and, checking it on a plane. But, drinking at sometimes 9 a.m. just because, like, I couldn't stomach what I was doing. And if you watch any of the videos on my channel, and I'll talk about them otherwise, like, I made a change and I said to myself, like, I'm going to leave. And I didn't know where I was going, but I became financially, basically at this point, independent. I didn't really have any bills. And, like, I'm not getting younger. I was like 42 and a half, I guess, at the time. And I was like, I'm going to take the severance and I'm going to leave. Like, I didn't know what my plan was. And I tried retirement. Like, I'll just take some time off. And, like, I hated it. Like, it wasn't for me at all. Like, I think by day 3, I was driving my wife nuts too, who, she's a stay-at-home mom. We have a daughter that's 5 years old. And, so I decided to take some time off, and eventually a company that I really wanted to get to, and I'll make a video on that at some point, offered me a job. And it was 75% less than what I'm making now. Many of you are like, holy crap, but, like, I was actually really excited. It was more than enough money, and I just wanted to change. And it was great. Like, I enjoyed it, and I was trying to balance it all. And it's kind of why I started a YouTube channel, like, taking time off. I wanted to, I always loved public speaking at work, so I thought, hey, I can help people out in a different financial space. So I began starting YouTube, and it was going well. I had a couple videos that did really well about being frugal. But really, I never identified myself as frugal. It's just kind of like how I got there. But, when you get on YouTube and you want to be successful, like who doesn't want to be successful? Of course I wanted to be. Um, but I started like making stuff about how to be frugal, and like that's not me. Like I, I don't identify, like this isn't a natural skill set for me. Like I was just hyper focused on reaching my goals. And to be successful on YouTube, it takes a lot of research and talking about topics and just basically, watching other people's videos. And here I am, like watching crap about dumpster diving. Like I don't know any of that world. Like I don't care about that world. Like I just wanted to create better money habits with people. And over the past couple months, like I think I just got drained. Like I just couldn't stomach making another video like I didn't care about. Like I was doing the same thing I felt like I left my company for. Like I was living a role I didn't want to do. Like here I'm making YouTube. Like this is supposed to be fun and helping people, and like, you know, I just couldn't relate, I guess, to the core audience. And it got to the point where I was just like, I don't really feel like doing this anymore. I knew I wanted to do something. I enjoy this platform. I don't really have any other social media apps, but I feel like if you're going to connect with someone, there's no better platform than YouTube. And it was super helpful for me when I started thinking about leaving my job and hearing from other people and, the FIRE community. And you can actually do this. You can leave a job, but sorry, my cat. So yeah, I just kind of got burnt out, and I took time to reflect. My daughter was having a hard time with travel. It was she's very attached to both my wife and my daughter, and it would be, crying. And I'm sure some of you can relate. It's being tough, and I was traveling a lot more than I was, and it was just kind of like last thing I wanted to do is take time away to write a video of something I didn't want. Fast forward to today, I called it a new chapter because I will start posting again, in the beginning of this year. Hopefully I can get a video or two out before then. Travel's a little tight right now. But I'm just going to change things. I'm just going to do more of this, just me talking. Hopefully you guys are okay with that. I was spending sometimes 15 to 20 hours a week editing a video, and just videos I didn't not care about, but just, I guess didn't mean anything to me. So moving forward, I'll be focusing on helping others create better habits with their money, because I know the feeling of feeling stuck and like you can't get ahead and you want something different. And really, like the 40s and 50s is peak earning for all of us. And I think more people can benefit from just hearing somebody else that kind of did it. And hopefully I can inspire somebody else. So hopefully you follow along. Like I could have made a video on how to lose 1,000 followers, because I did in almost half a year, which is like a quarter of my subscribers. So, follow along. And as I post more of my stories, more of my inspiration to help other people in bad financial situations, I hope you follow along. And until then, I'll see you on the next one.